So today we are going to work on the basic climb, and the basic climb is one that is going to help you graduate up the pole in fewer climbs, and it's going to help you keep the proper hand spacing while you're going up the pole. And we can break this down into 3 steps to learn how to do the basic climb. The first step is basically just learning the hand and forearm positioning, the foundation for this climb. So let's just we're gonna come down to our knees. And if you just wanna watch me do this the first time, and then we'll practice, okay? So we're gonna put our hips back. We're going to grab the pole chin height and cross the elbow to the other side of the pole, because we're going to be putting the forearm to work. It's going to bear the weight while we're climbing the pole. So just being able to bear this weight. So if you want to join, go ahead and join me now. And with our right hand, let's grab the pole about chin height and lean forward, pressing your forearm into the pole and bringing your elbow to the left side of the pole. So hand on the right side of the pole, elbow is on the left side of the pole, feeling the pole pushing into the length of your forearm. And just make sure you do not overextend and exaggerate this motion, because it's breaking your wrist, and your wrist cannot bear the weight of this sort of climb. So let's feel the pole on the forearm and press, and just feel secure in that. And alternate, left hand on the left side of the pole, elbow on the right side of the pole, length of the forearm is on the pole, and you can bear weight on that forearm. So now that we have practiced pressing into the pole, from this position, opposite hand high, grab the pole. Make sure your shoulder is retracted and in a safe position, and we're going to slowly walk our way up the pole, alternating hands. So as you're coming up, put the opposite, that high hand, put that elbow on the pole, bearing the weight on the forearm. Grab with the opposite hand high. As you pull up, press the weight into the forearm and rotate the high arm to now bear the weight on the forearm, and into position, opposite hand high. And we can continue to practice this and then move on to step 2. So we want to be able to get this at a pretty decent speed. So just feel secure in it and practice grabbing high. Remember to keep the shoulder in check, and rotate, grab high, shoulder in check, rotate, grab high, shoulder in check, rotate, grab high. So we will keep doing that. And now let's fast forward to step 2. So step 2 of the basic climb is going to be basically the knee lifts part of this. So what we're gonna do is standing behind the pole, where you're going to, and you can watch me this first time and then we'll practice this. So I'm going to wrap my leg around the pole, grab chin height, other opposite hand high, shoulders in check, forearm is on the pole and ready to bear weight. And we're going to, make sure that you know that you're going to grab the pole in between your legs and not in between your knees. You do not want your knees on the pole. You want to be just behind the knee in the meaty part because you're gonna squeeze, and that's gonna be very important to maintaining your position on the pole and being able to push your torso up. So, in this position, hand high, forearm is on the pole, shoulder is in check, hips are pulled backwards. We're gonna leave our hips and our butt in place. The hips and butt are not gonna move. We are not gonna jump. We are just gonna lift the knees and squeeze. Release them back to the floor. Let's do the opposite side. Grab hold of the pole, chin high, forearm ready to bear the weight. Opposite hand is high, shoulder is in check. Feet are in position, and we're squeezing with the knees right now, and then squeeze and release. And let's just keep rotating that and practicing. Okay, so once we get comfortable with that, practice that a few times, get very comfortable with it, just feel confident in maintaining your position on the pole, being able to squeeze, pushing your weight into that forearm, really making this climb a lot easier. So now in step 3, we're going to complete the basic climb. And I'll demonstrate the basic climb for you first. And so we're gonna put all the pieces together, and it's going to look like this. So okay, so let's work on the basic climb together. So like we did in step 2, we're gonna straddle the pole. We're gonna hold the pole with that outside hand. Get our hips down in place, knees wrapped around the pole or getting in front of it. Forearm in place, in position, hand is high. And this is gonna help us get up the pole. So we're gonna pull our weight. We're gonna pull our torso as we stand up with the high hand. So hand high, bring the knees up and squeeze, stand up, pulling with that top arm, shoulders in check, knees up, weight into the forearm, pull up, rotate, knees up, rotate. Okay, so we will practice the basic climb a few more times, get more comfortable with it, and then we can incorporate that in some combos and other fun things later on. I'm getting the next level of training.